The former World's and Europe's Strongest Man winner Alexei Novikov has announced with 2 weeks to go that he's pulling out of this year's Europe's Strongest Man. So, Auntie Liz, sad times. We're gone from 4 former champions who are going to be competing at Europe's to only 3. Alexei Novikov, the former champion, winner of multiple Giants live shows, one of the best guys when we go back to 2020, 2021, 2022. He's winning show after show. We've not seen the best of him. We're kind of always hoping for this comeback, and unfortunately it's another knockback. We don't get to see him at Europe's this year.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I mean, the last time that we saw Alexei in shape, I guess, was at Europe's Strongest Man last year, but he got injured there. Yeah. He put a post out just a couple of days ago. It was a training session where he was practicing the overhead medley, and in the post he said that his hemoglobin levels are low and he's just not going to be fit. So this has been an ongoing issue for Alexei, though, which is quite worrying.
He's had a number of issues, hasn't he? Like there seems to be one thing after the other. And the question is, and we're asking it today, and I know a lot of fans are asking it, do we think that Alexei can get back to his best? Still a very young man.
He is still very young. He's not yet 30 years old. I mean, it's hard though, isn't it? Because, and you've said it yourself before, it's not so much a factor of age. It's more about miles on the clock and how hard someone pushed for over what period of time. Alexei's not the biggest guy either, is he?
No, not at all.
I'm sure maybe that's a factor on things taking more of a toll on his body.
I think it does. I think if you look at Brian Shaw, for instance, or Zadrunas,
Thor,
huge men, and their bodies can withstand more punishment. You see some of the smaller athletes. I mean, Martins is a good example of this. Alexei Novikov, incredible what they have been able to do in a much smaller physique, smaller frame. And unfortunately, I think once it starts breaking down, it's hard. Like, yeah. I will these guys to be back to their best, but it's hard. And I've been through it to a degree myself, where you're trying to come back from these setbacks and injuries, and it becomes harder and harder. And the more injuries you pick up and the more illnesses you pick up, the more it starts to affect you. And you kind of, you get close and then you get knocked back again. You get close, you get knocked back again. And then it starts to affect the mental side as well. Yeah. And I think we will see Alexei Novikov back in competition, but I don't think we'll ever see the 2020 World's Strongest Man Alexei.
See, I wasn't sure that we'd see that version of Martins when he came back. Yeah, he had some moments of brilliance. He won the 2021 Rogue Invitational. This was all after injuries and getting hit by a car as well.
Sure.
And then he also won the 2022 Arnold. So I don't think it's impossible. But the problem also, the sport moves on, doesn't it?
And that's another factor, is even Alexei back in 2020, does he win the competitions now with the standard so high, with Trey Mitchell looking in the shape he is, with Lucas Hatton kind of getting to the level he's at, Mitch Hooper dominating so many shows, Thor Bjornsson being back in the mix.
Yeah.
So many good guys.
Yeah, I think that he still wins competitions, but he probably wins less.
Yeah. I do want to see Alexei back to his best, because he was, I think, seeing a smaller athlete do well inspires a lot of people.
Absolutely.
It kind of makes you think, I'm normal sized, I can do this. But it is getting harder and harder.
He's hardly normal, but in the world of strongman, he is more like a normal sized guy.
He's smaller than I am.
Yeah, I know,
people say, Mitch Hooper's not that big. Mitch is big. Mitch is a bigger frame than Alexei.
Yeah,
Alexei is like smaller just in frame, but in stature as well, and height. He's a smaller man. And he was able to do such incredible things. And when he's on form, you watch him and you kind of watch him warm up. And you're like, maybe not. And then suddenly, this just relentless beast comes out.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And we just haven't quite seen it in a couple of years now. Even he did do well at Europe's last year, but that wasn't him at his best.
Him at his best smokes the show. At a European level, he was winning things like World's Ultimate Strongman. He won the World's Strongest Man. Yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't him at his best.
So we wish Alexei a speedy recovery. I mean, he's got a number of, he's had the bicep issue, the hemoglobin levels now are low. He's had a few other little things going on. We do wish him the best. We want to see him back to his best. Hopefully, this doesn't mean he misses World's Strongest Man.
Well, this is the question, isn't it? Because it's only, about 5 weeks after Europe's Strongest Man is World's Strongest Man. So if he's not going to do it, I hope he gives lots of notice, so whoever's going to step into that position gets plenty of time to train for it.
Absolutely. So in other news, it looks like Gav Bilton has pulled out of the Siberian Power Show, which takes place a few weeks after Europe's Strongest Man. But we have seen him in training videos, training some of the events for Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that he's maybe picked up a late invite to do that.
Yeah, it's not been announced though.
It's not been announced. I'm sure it will be announced very, very soon. But looking at his training, I would guess that had an invite to that. So he will be the replacement, I would suspect.
For Alexei, yeah. Oh, it's a shame. You said we've gone from 4 former champions to 3, but we've also gone from 3 Ukrainians to 1 now because we lost Pavlo Nekonechny, didn't we?
Let's hope we can hold on to Pavlo Kordiaka.
Christ, yeah. So in slightly more chipper news, in fact, much more chipper news. So Martins Lisses has announced the Santa Monica Classic that's going to be taking place this year. It's going to be on the 28th and 29th of June. Interesting looking competition. So we've got 4 classes there, 2 for men, 2 for women. The men's classes, if I'm reading everything correctly, it's an under 90 kilo and an over 90 kilo class, which would include open men, obviously.
Yeah, well, we've seen some of the athletes that have been announced so far. Janasha is going to be doing this competition.
Janasha, who's apparently living in New York now. I can't keep track of people. But also, just today, in fact, Evans Nana was announced that he's doing it.
Yeah.
You didn't know?
He'd not spoken to me about it, but that's fine. It's after World's Strongest Man with Evans. I told him before Worlds, I want you to focus on that.
Yeah.
After Worlds, you can do some more comps. So yes,
some fun. Yeah,
and I think Martins and his team will put on a great show.
Absolutely. So they've also got the under 74 women's class and over 74 kilo women's class. There's some great weight class athletes competing as well. People like Nikolai Myers, Derek Owens is doing it. They've got a great team actually. They've got ADL Pro live streaming it. Yep. Matt Eiselman from the Arnolds is presenting it also,
awesome.
Which is quite
Matt is a great presenter. Obviously works on Ninja Warrior in America.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Good to have him involved with this. It's going to be interesting to see the development of this show, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be an exciting one. We will keep an eye on what's going on, and
we'll watch a stream as well.
Oh,
we're free
definitely
that, we're free that weekend.
I don't even know. I need to check the diary, but
no, we are.
Yeah, we will definitely be watching along. There are other comps coming up. We will focus on Europe's Strongest Man in the next few weeks, but we will follow all these competitions as the year goes on and we get closer to World's Strongest Man and some of the huge shows that we still have to come this year. So that is it for this week, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Alexei Novikov can get back to his best? Are you looking forward to Europe? So are you looking forward to the Siberian Power Show? Are you looking forward to the Santa Monica Show? Lots of strongman action coming up. We've had a little bit of a quiet spell. This is the quietest time in the year, believe it or not.
It's a dry patch, isn't it?
A dry patch of strongman, but it is coming. Everything will come thick and fast. Once Europe's Strongest Man hits, it becomes non-stop, doesn't it?
After Worlds really is when it properly kicks off, I think. Through the summer, there's a lot of competitions going on. It's going to be fun.
We will bring you all the action from all these shows.
Stop it.
We will bring you as much action as we can here on Big Loz Official. And don't forget, like, share and subscribe to the channel.